To get more now on the war in Ukraine. Tense situation inside Russia as international sanctions target the oligarchs closest to Vladimir Putin, and the Kremlin cracks down on the country's only independent news stations. Foreign correspondent James Longman is on the scene in Moscow. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. Vladimir Putin has near total authority here in Russia, and that's because he's ensured loyalty from three groups: the political class, who is co-opted, the security apparatus, and Russia's richest men, the oligarchs. And that third group has been hit by sanctions particularly hard.
This morning, as Vladimir Putin's troops close in on Kyiv, back in Russia, the sounds of silencing. Moscow pulling its only liberal TV and radio stations down, accusing them of reporting deliberately false information as Russia moves closer to a full-scale dictatorship. The words war and invasion now banned from reports about Russia's attack on Ukraine. This as the West inflicts new punishment. Overnight, the US banning Russian flights from American airspace, and President Biden with this message for the oligarchs, wealthy businessmen who have ties to the Kremlin.
Tonight, I say to the Russian oligarchs and the corrupt leaders who built billions of dollars off this violent regime, no more. We're joining with European allies to find and seize their yachts, their luxury apartments, their private jets. We're coming for your ill-begotten gains.
While the US hasn't specified who they're targeting, the EU and the UK have named names, including Mikhail Friedman, the founder of the largest non-state-controlled bank in Russia. He is a Ukrainian native. Alesha Usmanov, a financier who's been called one of Putin's favorite oligarchs. And Gennady Timchenko, a titan in the energy sector. As they fight back, calling the sanctions unfair, their assets are now frozen in the region, and prominent Russian banks have also been hit hard. Forbes estimating Russian billionaires have lost more than $126 billion in wealth in just the last 2 weeks. Now, as many try to shore up their assets, internet sleuths are trying to track them down, like 19-year-old Jack Sweeney, who rose to fame on Twitter for tracking Elon Musk's plane and now runs the account Russian Oligarch Jets.
Originally, I was just interested in tracking the planes because other people had asked me, but now I see that I can help people somehow in Ukraine by going after these Russian oligarchs.
Now, as pressure grows on the ultra-wealthy, some oligarchs are starting to call publicly for an end to the war.
The deal Putin made with this country, more or less, is I'll make you more or less prosperous, and I'll take away your freedoms and you won't complain. That deal is now broken.
Separately, Alexei Navalny, the opposition activist who was arrested last year, he's in jail, but his movement has taken to Twitter saying, in order to stop the war, we have to fill prisons with ourselves. There's no one to do it for us. Let's not be against the war. Let's fight against the war. That is a call to protest, almost impossible here in Russia, but thousands are already taking the risk, George.
And James, we've seen Putin cracking down on the independent Russian television and radio stations. Are you feeling any pressure?
Well, George, I have to say, we've had a number of times the FSB come here, the security services. That doesn't normally happen to our position. This law that outlaws help for foreign groups makes it treason, essentially. It's worrying for us. It's more worrying, I have to say, for our Russian colleagues here for ABC who work here in Moscow. It is terrifying for them to see Russia change in this way. George.
It certainly is. Okay, James, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.